Hello, I'm Cecilia Dawes Walton, the Public Affairs Specialist for the City of Biloxi, and I'm here to deliver today's report. We typically publish these reports every Monday and Friday, and this is being recorded on Friday, November the 6th, 2020 at 1:45 in the afternoon. Here's where we are, 9 days after Hurricane Zeta blew through with 100-mile-per-hour winds and an 11-foot storm surge. Many of the traffic signals at the city's 64 fully signalized intersections are now up and running. Of course, many of those 64 signals, 24 of them in fact, are on US 90, and we appreciate MDOT's work in getting them up and running. Although city contractors have repaired many traffic signals, there are still some key intersections where some or all lights were destroyed and have not yet been repaired or replaced. Repairs will be made. Meantime, please treat those intersections as four-way stops. You will also see some instances where street signs have not yet been repaired. Please remember that we remain in a state of emergency. Drive defensively and be patient. Meanwhile, let's get the inside story on the city's debris remover operations.
Joining me now is Jonathan Kaiser, who has been hired by the city to oversee the debris removal. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
How long has it been since you did debris removal for the city? Does it go back to Katrina?
Katrina was the first event that we covered for you, but then in 2012 there was another hurricane. I believe we had a lot of seagrass with that one. I don't remember the name of that storm, but
I know there's been so many.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed that's a similarity between Mayor Holloway, who you worked with, and now Mayor Gillich, is that they both want to, when they got something they want to see done, they are focused on it. Where are we with debris? Because when I told the mayor 60 to 90 days, I heard you say, he said, no way. Explain to people what they need to know and where we are.
Okay. Well, the city has changed a few things since Katrina, and one of them is that you have had a pre-event contract. So we already had a contractor in place ready to go. That contractor mobilized and is setting up a debris staging site over on the old Cavalier Park area. Mm-hmm. MDEQ is approving that permit hopefully by the end of today. That site's going to allow them to move faster because they're going to be able to consolidate their loads at that location. They won't have to drive up to Hudson Crone Road to Coastal Recycle.
You have said 200,000 cubic yards of debris is the estimate.
That's correct.
Comparatively speaking, it was about 3 million cubic yards for Katrina, as I recall.
That sounds right.
Okay, so 200,000.
This is a much smaller event than what Katrina was. Katrina was a much bigger storm. It also, the city had a lot more development in low-lying areas that Katrina destroyed. So in the removal of a lot of that material in those low-lying areas, the city rebuilt those areas to higher standards, or some areas didn't rebuild.
So now that offers you the opportunity to use what I call this nimble equipment that can make its way through the neighborhoods.
That's right. They are using self-loading trucks that have a knuckle boom with a large trailer they're pulling behind. So they actually have a large trailer attached to the truck, and then they're pulling a large trailer. So they're twice as efficient, if not more so, by being self-loading.
They are quick too. Now, tell me what issues that we've seen. Well, first off, let's start with how you've done since you started Thursday. And you told me y'all are going to continue to ramp up.
That's right. They hauled about 2,500 cubic yards of debris on their first day. Again, they were direct hauling all the way up to Hudson Crone Road instead of being able to consolidate. Once we get that permit approved, they should be moving much faster.
That's going to be a big deal.
It really is. It's going to help them. When you look at where the majority of the debris is probably south of the Back Bay, it's not to say that there's not plenty of debris north
everywhere.
Of that. Every neighborhood, every subdivision that I've driven through has a significant amount of debris in it. But we expect them to ramp up with more trucks and to get faster and hauling more volume. So they should be pretty noticeable in people's neighborhoods here within the next week.
And Crowder Gulf, much like you, was here with Katrina as well, and has been here time and again. So they're a pretty reputable company.
That's correct. They are. They've been a great contractor to work with. They When Mayor Holloway awarded the first contract for Katrina, he separated the city into 3 different zones because of the magnitude of the storm, and had 3 separate prime contractors working in those 3 areas.
But on this one, we think with the equipment that you're using and the attack that you have, it's going to be pretty quick.
It should be pretty fast. I mean, I noticed, I was looking at something on Dewey Circle, and they just picked up debris there yesterday, and there were people there that had just cut a large tree and moved it out to the street. You know, even though the contractor was there yesterday, now there's a big tree.
That's why it's so important. What's the most important thing we tell people?
Get it to the street. The faster you get it, the sooner we'll have it out of your way, so that you won't have to deal with it anymore, and you'll get right back to what you were doing before the storm.
The other thing is, please do not bag your debris. Give people some headway on that, some advice.
Just, yeah, if you put it in a plastic bag, then that's not something that this contractor can pick up in this storm event. It would have to be your regular garbage collection or your regular yard waste collection that will be collecting that. So don't put it on top of any city equipment like fire hydrants or anything. And if you can avoid putting it under power lines, don't put it under power lines or telecommunication lines, because that affects the self-loading knuckle boom that they have trouble getting to the material. Some people don't have any choice, and I understand that too.
And if you've already bagged it, just leave it out there. We'll get it handled probably by Pelican. Anything else, Jonathan?
Just look forward to getting this stuff out of the way and getting the city back to business as usual, Vincent.
The Mississippi State Department of Health reports that 967 new cases of the coronavirus have been identified statewide in the past 24 hours. Since Tuesday, 3,345 cases have been reported statewide. Today, the department also reports that 14 new deaths have resulted from the coronavirus statewide. This chart shows the total number of positive tests statewide since the crisis began. This chart shows the 14-day track on cases statewide. In Harrison County today, the department reports 71 cases. This brings the county total of coronavirus cases reported to 5,939. As for the deaths in Harrison County, 91 have been reported. Here's the 14-day chart for Harrison County, which shows the daily average of cases. In other recovery news, all Biloxi casinos are now open. Some have limited amenities. Masks must be worn by everyone, employees and guests, in public areas of any Mississippi casino. Masks can be removed temporarily to eat or drink. Many other amenities are also open, and please remember, masks are required for workers, especially in the food service industry. And finally, we leave you today from the foot of the Lighthouse Pier. Mayor Andrew Fofo Gillett has vowed that this pier will not be built back the same way the city has done it for years. Meanwhile, it's for the birds. We'll see you on Monday.